Good morning, you guys. What is up? Give me one sec. I'm gonna change my shirt here real quick. Sorry, you guys. So, anyway, somebody on here, one of my new subscribers, talked to, uh, kind of did a thing on his channel saying, let Pocahontas win. And let her come into the runs and see what happens. And I thought, oh, that would be awesome. I agree. Here's why. I'm sorry, you guys. If you agree, then that's good. If you don't, then I'm sorry. But I think we should all let the Princess Pocahontas win. I agree because, first of all, she's an idiot. Second of all, Trump will beat her. No matter what we will have, our president will beat her. Second of all, we will be able to defeat our our we will be able to show the purpose, or not purpose, but we'll be able to show people that what lies they may say, or no matter what they do in life, we will always find the truth within itself. And that, I think, is kind of a thing that, Pocahontas didn't expect to happen. She didn't expect everyone to figure out, oh, I'm not really Native American. And it showed up that, well, you're stupid. So Pocahontas kind of had to drop down. Uh, Now, AOC, Alexandria Ortega Cortez, the idiot lady that is the Democratic Party, believes that she will do better for what we have now. And if you guys watch her very carefully, you guys can see that she doesn't do anything but speak lies and truth, or not truth, but speaks crap about people. She's already said that conservatives are the weak system, or she's already kind of tried to tell people that the conservative and the Republicans are really sexist, homophobe, Islamophobe. We don't like to be called homophobe because not all of us are not against homosexuals. Like I said last night, I don't believe personally, gay marriage is, I do believe it is kind of wrong, but I do have gay friends and I do play nice with them and I do talk to them as according to adults. I don't say things that will hurt their feelings or make them feel bad. I just say, look, I understand that you're gay and I don't believe it's correct, but that's your choice, not mine. And so that's how I leave it, and I believe that it should be left there for that. And I don't, now for Islamophobe, I don't really believe Islam is a peaceful place of belief. Um, a lot of the Islamophobe things that people will say, like, oh yeah, you're Islamophobe. Well, uh, actually, Islam, did you know, came from a place of not peace, but rape, murder, torture, terrorism, and all of that. And they kind of look at me and go, no, that's not true. Yes, it is true. Read the Quran better. Every time you read the Quran, you're going to learn something new. Um, I always hate when people come up to me and uh, they try to act like see, they try to act better than they are, or not better, but what is it called? Like they know more about certain politics. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't know very much about politics. A lot of people are, I've had a viewer actually once tell me, Romeo, you know a lot. and you're smart, and I'm going to learn from you. I'm like, well, don't learn all from me. Learn from the people around you that know things better. I learn from people, and I believe that people can learn from each other. I think that if we learn from each other, we can learn how to interact with these snowflakes. These snowflakes that are running the world telling us that we are wrong, we are bad people. Then, if we're bad people, then how can you explain to me that your views of homosexuality? Because if you defend homosexuality in a way that you specifically say, I support transgenderism, right? And then all of a sudden you turn around and then you go against what you believe in, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're hypocritically killing your inner self. Because the people that you once stood for are going to see that you are nothing but a lying, deceiving person. So, for instance, I have people that I know that are bisexual, gay, and stuff, and I don't mind. But when you tell me that, oh, my agenda is this, this, and this, and you push your agenda on me, I'm going to tell you, well, all I'm going to do is tell you that your agenda pushing is pretty much what typical liberals or snowflakes will do. Now, politically, if you're going to gender bend and you're going to try to push your agenda on me, then I'm going to tell you how incorrect your gender is or what you're doing wrong. But I won't tell you that being gay is wrong because I can't judge you. I can only tell you what I feel in my head is correct, which is the Bible. Or, for instance, whatever you guys believe in, I guess. But don't push your gender benders on us. And this is what the liberals are doing today. The liberals are doing so well at this. They're trying to gender bend everything. They're trying to make things where if you don't believe in if you don't believe in transgenderism, bisexualism, then you're a bigot. And that's what makes me really mad today, is that people today in society, they watch what we do. Because everybody can find anything about information. I can go on my phone and find information about people that I know, my family or friends or anybody. It's easy. All you do is type their name, put in your credit card number, and then you can find information about people, where they live, who they are, what they've done, and a lot of information about them. That's today what the information is being put out today. So when you get people that are like liberals that are going to threaten people, and they're going to say, well, if you're going to get liberals that are going to attack me and say, well, and you know it. And obviously, if you think you know better than me, then go right ahead. I dare you. I challenge you. Because I can tell you right now, male and female, period. Simple. You're gay. Fine. Be gay. You're bisexual. Fine. You're bi. Those are genders those are people that actually know what they are. They know that they're gay, or they know that they're kind of in between. For instance, I'll give you a famous bisexual singer, Kurt Cobain. He was bisexual, and I think he was liberal, very liberal. He was a good guy. He was kind of a hurt guy, but he was bi, and he was aware of it, and I think he knew that he was bi, and I think he realized at times that he had feelings that were what he felt was natural to him. And he didn't hide it. He didn't admit wrongdoing by saying, well, I'm not bi, or I'm not this, and you're bending my beliefs, or you're bending what I am out of, he's not pushing it to Kurt never pushed it on anyone. I can tell you that all the interviews that I've watched of Kurt Cobain, Kurt never pushed his belief on anyone. He never pushed his politics. He was a liberal, I think. And Kurt never pushed any of those on anyone. He kept himself quiet about it. He kept himself to where he knows that he is what he is. He was a music singer. He was a really good one. And he believed that if I made music, I would be happy. And he did. And he believed it. And he made it the way he made it to what it was today. And I believe that it's really difficult for a lot of people today to have the same belief. Sorry. A lot of people today don't have that belief. They believe that if you push it in our face, then that's going to give them brownie points. It won't give you brownie points. All it will do is piss people off. If you want to piss people off, go ahead. Do it. I dare you. I'll give you props because you probably could piss a lot more people off than you can being good people. If you are bisexual, who cares? Just shut up about it. I don't care. If you're gay, I don't give a fuck. I am going to admit that I could be straight. Okay? So I'm straight. So what? I don't rub it in your face. I don't tell you, hey, I'm a straight white male. Woo! I don't do that. That's wrong. That's pushing my belief on you. And that's what today, I think, Alexandria Cortez and all the Democrats are trying to do is that they want people that are all of like asexual, bisexual, transsexual, gay, lesbian, whatever, kikes, or whatever they call them. I don't know what the heck they call them. They got so many names now. I can't keep track of them. But they want people that are within the Democratic, that are gay or whatever of the Democratic liberal area to rub it in people's faces and say, this is what we are, this is right, you're wrong. And it makes them look stupid. It really does. It honestly makes them look bad to a point where I don't think that you could probably laugh at them and go, well, you're gay and you're mentally diseased. What? So you're not going to tell me that you're... But anyway, you guys, liberal with mental illness, not the liberal illness, but the illness is continuing to go down on top of good fake news. Cuomo is still trying to dig up, Chris Cuomo is still trying to dig up proof that Trump is lying, and Trump has been doing a lot of bad things, and Chris Cuomo, Chicken Noodle News Network, has been lying all these years about, oh, Trump is so bad, he's got, what do you call it? Russian bots, they call us. We're Russian bots, supposedly, I guess. In CNN's eyes, we are Russian bots. Chris Cuomo, if you ever get the chance to read facts, learn facts before you speak, you nincompoop. Nobody wants to hear your bullshit. But obviously, he makes it he gets the crown for being the most stupidic person on CNN. But no, actually, we can't give it to him because let's give it to Brian Stelter. Brian Stelter likes the fake news. Lately on CNN, I'd like to report that Trump, we got to ask all these tough questions about how Trump is such a bad guy. Nobody wants to ask these questions because the liberals are afraid. The conservatives are so afraid that if us liberals do not get what we want, then we will cry like a little girl. But then if we don't cry, then we won't win. So Trump is a bad man. The orange man is a bad man. Yes, you squawking little parrot moron. Brian Stelter, you little parrot. You are an idiot. Orange Man is not bad. Orange Man's good. Orange Man do a lot more than you think. But of course, because the liberalism and the disease that it is today, CNN wants to brainwash people in saying that, oh, the Orange Man is bad. No, the Orange Man is not bad. The Orange Man is doing actually everything that he's supposed to be doing. In one term that Obama had, he did nothing. in one term Trump had, he did way more than anyone else. So what is it, you know, what is it that, let's hold on guys, let's watch some Santa Brain Stelter.
Just how much truth is there in Jill Abramson's new book, Merchants of Truth?
Brain
The book has been
Stelter!
applauded through praise and captured.
The truth? You liberal Oh my god. The liberal idiots are at it again, folks. And of course, you know what that means. Little Brain Shelter has to cry and play ball. So, Brain, you little income poop, what is it that you're going to tell us now? Please do, Brain. Tell us your almighty words.
New York Times. So this scandal has sent shockwaves throughout the journalism world. It was Vice News correspondent Michael Moynihan who first called out these examples of what he called plagiarism, and including this passage that seems to have been lifted from the Ryerson Review of Journalism almost word for word. There's also another one he spotted that appears to be a passage taken from Time Out magazine. You can see here how it's almost exactly word for word. CNN's Oliver Darcy also uncovered two additional examples of text that appear to be lifted from other sources, and he's published those examples on CNN.com. Now, I'm grateful that Jill has agreed to join.
You idiot! Do you know not what the word fake news means? Obviously, little Brain Shelter doesn't know what anything means, so of course, poor Brain Shelter is going to cry.
Just how much truth is there in Jill Abramson's new book, Merchants of Truth? The book has been applauded, it's been praised for capturing how the news business is changing, and the book does do that. But the book also contains passages that are plagiarized from other sources. Abramson was a
Plagiarize, you idiot! Do you even know what plagiarize means? That's a big word for you there, Brain.
former executive editor at the New York Times. So this scandal has sent shockwaves throughout the journalism world. It was Vice News correspondent Michael Moynihan who first called out these examples of what he called plagiarism.
And I'm sure half of them idiots don't even know what plagiarism is, but Trump is such a bad man that I don't even know how much I can handle this.
Including this passage that seems to have been lifted from the Ryerson Review of Journalism almost word for word. There's also another one he's.
Of course, Brian, we're going to take every word for word because you're so smart and you know everything. And of course, we're not wrong. Because here at CNN, we're right and you're wrong. But of course, Brian Stelter, you little pinhead, he probably doesn't even know what any word means. Obviously, he's using big boy words that have no meaning or no knowledge of anything he knows. And everything he says is it's basically on pure speculations of what liberalism means today. It means, I guess, if you want to create real news, then create real news, Brian. Don't start speaking fake news, you moron.
That appears to be a passage taken from Time Out magazine. You can see here how it's almost exactly word for word. CNN's Oliver Darcy also uncovered two additional examples of text that appear to be lifted from other sources, and he's published those.
Of course, you idiot. Because we don't write fake news, and all the words, all the Trump tards and all the Russian bots like to use the word fake news because we're saying in here we are real actual news and we give real news. Yeah, Brian, you moron. You guys give out fake news. Like, what about the time that you guys actually faked news? Like, when you guys went to a coverage, you guys made a crime scene look like an actual crime scene or a area that looked like a crime scene. That was not a real crime scene. And then all of a sudden you get called out because you're fake news. Trump is a bad man. We must ask all these questions. Is it true that Trump is a Russian bot? Is it true that Trump actually worked with Russia, colluded with Russia? No, you moron. That was just stuff that CNN wanted you to hear because, of course, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, and the Young Turks are actually fake news. I will probably get demonetized for this, but you know what? Who cares? because CNN is going to learn.
Examples on CNN.com. Now, I'm grateful that Jill has agreed to join me here to respond to these allegations. She's here with me on set. Jill, full disclosure to the audience,
Trump is such a bad man. How come all of a sudden we can't tell the conservatives that real news is CNN and Fox News is fake news? Because all of a sudden when we do Fox News is all such lies. They hide everything that the bad orange man does, but never tells the truth. We must ask these questions. These are the kind of questions that conservatives and Republicans never want to ask us, because we know that the truth is they're fake news. And we never lie. Of course, Pinhead, Brian Stelter, you don't know what real news is. Obviously, you're looking in the wrong direction. You might want to go under the rock.
You and I worked together at the New York Times. You were the top editor there. Wouldn't these examples meet the Times definition of plagiarism?
It would mean that it would meet the Times definition of things that should be promptly corrected, and sometimes,
Corrected. You know what needs to be corrected? Your mental illness, you morons. You have called out Trump for being part of the Russian collusion. You've called out Trump for having sex with sloppy Stormy Daniels, the slut of all sluts and porn stars. You have no idea what plagiarism is. I think, well, let's go back and talk about what Sloppy Daniels did. She actually called Trump for a lot of bad things, and that's not plagiarism? Oh, you are so idiot, Brian Stelter.
a quote isn't attributed correctly in the newspaper, and that's corrected, and that's what I have endeavored to do here. And Brian, I would never purposely take credit.
Of course, I would never take credit, because you know that all the Republicans are such full of crap. And yes, but here's the question that I wanted to ask you. When Sloppy Daniels said that Trump grabbed her by the pussy, does that mean that all the conservatives are pussy grabbers? No, you liberal moron. It does not mean that all of us conservatives are pussy grabbers. It just means that you want to think that we're all pussy grabbers, but instead you make up that allegation because you think that calling us pussy grabbers is a great idea. By calling Trump a pussy grabber. Yeah, Trump may have said some things that were probably not true about the pussy grabbing shit, but honestly, Brian Stelter, you know darn well that plagiarism is something that you guys and CNN loves to do. But Brian Stelter, of course, will say, no, we're not plagiarism, we're actually true news. No, you idiot, you're fake news. That's why everyone has called you fake news. Because Trump and Jim Acosta have gone at it over and over again. I don't know what to say. These idiots are just killing me.
For the work of another journalist or writer. This is a situation where, in fact, the Ryerson one that you showed earlier, that is credited in other footnotes. This was a case in which doing 70 pages of something that are called trailing footnotes, there are a few that dropped out, and I feel...
Trailing? What are you trailing? All you're doing is chasing a big nothing burger. You guys have no evidence of nothing, but of course you morons want to claim that us conservatives are really bad people. Because, oh, you conservatives have bad sexism, racism, homophobe views. Well, here at CNN, we are not sexist and homophobe. Just here we know that Trump is bad news and fake news. Yeah, you morons, I'm sure you can claim fake news on everything, but guess what? How many times has CNN been known to plagiarize, bully, create, and make things up? I think all the time. You moron, Brian Stelter, I don't think Brian Stelter has a brain in his head except a little pebble that only makes him think of Orange Man bad.
Sorry about that, but Ryerson is credited, I think, twice in 70 pages of footnotes.
But even if I include a footnote, I still can't steal their words, word for word, the way that
Well,
you
if
did.
you give them proper credit, you can.
But not
in a book.
It doesn't matter if I put a footnote 300 pages later.
Of course course, it doesn't matter, Brian, that you're going to actually use a page or a copy of something that supposedly came from something that is fake news. Obviously, you're not going to care because obviously you're going to continue to create fake news, and that's just going to make you all the better. But of course, the Sloppy Daniel case, oh yeah, that was plagiarized like all over the news. CNN, NBC, MSNBC, ABC, The Young Turk, they all plagiarized their opinions. They all put their opinions into the Sloppy Daniel case because Sloppy Daniel, we all know, is a whore.
If I do that in a book, that's plagiarism. That's word for word stealing of people's work.
Well,
Of course, CNN. Oh my god. Brian Stelter, you don't even know what plagiarism is. You're having to ask what is plagiarism. You moron. For all you people that don't know what plagiarism is, it is stealing, copying, or taking word for word or something, using the same lyrics, using the same sentence that something is already copyrighted, that is written down and posted as copyrighted, using the same lyrics or the same tune in a song, you idiot. I guess Daniel Bryan does not know. Brian Stelter doesn't know what it is.
that's your position. I don't see it that way.
But it meets the Harvard definition of plagiarism, and you work at Harvard. It meets the
I
New York
do
Times
indeed.
definition.
I'm saying that I made some errors in the way I credited sources.
You idiot! Did you know that CNN actually plagiarized stuff so many times? They made fake news because half of these idiots here have, again, created fake news. They've copied news from people. They've stolen stories from people. They've literally stole stuff from people underneath them. And Brian Stelter doesn't want to admit that Orange Man really does not steal anything. Because we all know that Trump doesn't steal from anyone. All he does is he steals from the rich or steal from the poor. Yeah, I'm sure Trump, you could say, probably plagiarizes people, Brian Stelter, but he doesn't. And obviously, if you're going to have somebody credit somebody, have somebody credible, not a lady who has no credit, you nincompoop.
But that there was no attempt to pass off someone's ideas, opinions, and phrasings as my own. These were all factual passages that unfortunately did not match.
Of course, obviously, you meant to do it because you know it's wrong, and that's what CNN is paying you to do. CNN is paying you to brainwash all these people that literally could be there today and have an actual good, straight opinion about Trump and say that Trump is not the bad man, it's actually CNN liberalism that is killing America. But of course, Brian Stelter wants to prove again how little his brain capacity is by showing that plagiarism is something CNN does not do. But of course, we all know Brian Stelter actually plagiarizes, and CNN plagiarizes every single thing they do. Of course, CNN will not admit it because CNN is fake news, you're right. And they love or hate being called fake news.
Match up exactly to the right footnotes, but they are credited in the footnotes elsewhere.
Right, they're credited at the very end of the book, but the words are stolen from other sources. The actual.
You moron! What sources? What sources? Oh, are you talking about your sources? The sources that, oh, my little butthurt feelings are hurt so much because all of a sudden when you talk about things, I get butthurt because my opinions matter more to me than they do to you. And because I'm so butthurt because everything I say about Trump comes from other sources. Sources that Trump's a really honestly bad man. Yeah, you Brian Stelter moron. Again, this proves again that your sources are false. 99.9% of the time, your sources come from your leader, your God, the person who's head of CNN.
Words. And I guess where I'm coming from here is.
Well, in trailing footnotes are always at the end. Footnotes are always at the end.
The footnotes are not.
Footnotes.
You have to say in the text that you're taking the words from another source.
Well, in
That's what I
some
was
cases, I wish. Well, in narrative, book writing. It isn't exactly the same as journalism, but
What a
What is journalism? Journalism is actually creating actual factual news. News sources that come straight from the horse's mouth. Like today, a woman jumped in. An example, a woman jumps into the pool today and she drowns. That would be news. But where did that news come from? Did it come from a reliable source or a false news? Now, the false news likes to plagiarize things and take things from other news sources and twist them around and use them. But of course, Brian Stelter does that so much. So does Kumo, and Don Lemonhead, the dick sucker, loves to actually put bad sources in. And excuse me for saying dick sucker because he is. But Don Lemonhead, every one of these guys do not get reliable sources. They get it from fake news journalism. And these idiots call themselves real news. I can't stand it no more. We are the people of the United States. If we are not homophobe or sexism, then you conservatives will die a painful death. Yes, that is what sexism is.
finished. I'm just saying I have reviewed these examples extremely carefully. I take these, criticisms extremely serious.
I gotta wonder sometimes, that Brian Stelter doesn't really like criticism because every time somebody calls out fake news on CNN, oh my god, they get butthurt so bad that their butts end up becoming red because they get so butthurt that I think that their nap time is way past time for nap, and I think it's time now that the liberalism mental sickness finally comes down to an end. But of course, Brian Stelter doesn't even have the idea that his liberalism is the disease.
I've gone back through even my original manuscript pages to try to chase down how this happened. And, they just, there was no purposeful attempt to not credit someone's work. And I read
if I actually the New York Times, I would still get
you would still
I
be
think
able
it
to
would punish me if I had plagiarized by accident in the New York Times.
I know you insist on calling it that, but
Brian Stelter, you moron! Do you know what plagiarism is again? Again, let me rephrase this to you. Plagiarism is when you steal something that's copyrighted, that's already been copyrighted, and you use it in either lyrically, word for word, or you use it the same song or the same tune. That's plagiarism. CNN has been known to plagiarize everything. Fake news has been there. This is what the liberalism is coming down to, that everyone is trying now to impeach Trump. Now, the impeachment ad has been continuing to go on for years because these little liberal butthurt bunnies don't know that Trump is not going to be impeached, and the Russian investigation was never something that actually happened because every time they get butthurt. But Brian Stelter, I will quote Brian Stelter, Trump has something to do with the Russian investigation. The Russian investigation is actually true. We've had so many calls and claims that investigations of Trump is true. It can't be fake news. We are not fake news because here on CNN we are actual live news. You moron! CNN has been known to do things the wrong way. Their leader, their god, their CNN god, claims to have an actual resource, an actual real news. No. What they do is they steal news from Fox, CNN, and any other brain cells that they've lost. They get it. They have no brain cells. But what, of course, do they claim? They claim they are real news. Of course, this is what liberalism is, and this is what Mark Dice, if you go on to markdice.com, you will see what he talks about. I believe in everything he says. But let's get this. Let's see what Elizabeth Warren or Pocahontas got to say today.
This is
What do you say,
the fight
Pocahontas?
of our lives. The fight to build an America where our dreams are possible, an America idea that works for everyone.
Yay! And of course, I'm allowed to actually call myself a Native American because I can claim to be anything I want. Well, you know what? I claim to be an AK-47, and if you do not call me AK or 47, I will sue you. You moron. This is what the liberalism does. They claim things, they want to be known as things, and they want to run for things, but they want respect, but they can't get it because obviously they know that they won't receive it because everyone can see past their fake lies. Elizabeth Warren, or Pocahontas, shall I say. What do you have to say, Pocahontas?
And that is why I stand here today to declare that I am a candidate for President of the United States.
You idiot! Pocahontas, you already lost half of the votes because all the times that you were standing there claiming that you're Native American and then standing in your kitchen trying to drink a beer and act like you're one of us. You can't. Don't tell me this is true. Don't tell me. This nightmare is never going to end because liberalism is never going to die, obviously, because this is why we got to find a cure for liberalism, because these people like her are actually the reason why the 2020 election is coming down. But of course, Pocahontas, nobody's going to vote for you because you lied. You're not Native American, first. And second of all, trying to act like one of... I could stand in the freaking kitchen trying to drink a beer and act like you're normal. After you've been called out and you've been known to be a snowflake. You're not going to win the election, Snowflake. Keep wondering. Keep wondering why you suck, Snowflake. Nobody's going to tell you. Oh, good. So in 2020, when she gets voted in, I'm going to identify as a toilet seat bowl. Or I'm going to identify myself as a toilet. So then that way I could be full of shit too. Just like the liberals that are full of shit and they know their propaganda is not even going to work this year. Trump already has it in the bag and Trump has already called out many, many people for their propagandas and their stuff. So this year, if Elizabeth Warren wins the election, I'm going to be known as a toilet. I'm going to identify as a toilet just like the liberals so that I can be full of shit. Elizabeth Warren, we already know Pocahontas is full of shit, and we already know that she actually cannot stand straight. Just like in the election of 2016 when Trump called out Hillary Clinton's husband for being a rapist, or she should be in jail. Elizabeth Warren, like her, people like her should already be in jail, but of course that's not going to happen because the Trump 2020 election's kind of come, and I hope it happens. Yay! Yay! I'm a liberal! Yay! Look at that. And you guys could probably see on this news that there's probably not very many people actually voting for her because she killed her chances because calling and claiming Native American pissed off the actual Native Americans. And the Native Americans are saying, no, we do not acknowledge that Pocahontas is Native American. Sorry, Elizabeth Warren, you are not Native American. And second of all, sorry to hear that your election is going to be going down the shitters. Because it's funny because these things I love. Look at all these sick idiots. Liberalism, 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 we're a disease. Disease, 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 disease. HIV.
Now, the truth is, I've been in this fight for a long time.
Oh, the truth. What is the truth, Elizabeth Warren? That you're going to claim again that you're Pocahontas, that you have Native American? No. Are you going to claim that you're one of us? No. Are you going to claim that your gender is asexual, pansexual, transsexual, bisexual, gay, lesbian? Something? Maybe you're a Muslim. I don't know. Oh, she's been in a fight. What fight? The fight that you lost? The fact that you lost because your liberalism mental disease that you claim to be Native American went downhill? Yes, that fight. That was the fight that you definitely lost. And definitely the fight that will make you lose in the 2020 election. You snowflake.
I grew up in Oklahoma on the ragged edge of the middle class. Now, when my daddy had a heart attack, my family nearly tumbled over the financial cliff. But we didn't. My mother, who was 50 years old and had never worked outside the home, walked to Sears and got a minimum wage job answering the phones. That job saved our house, and it saved our...
Oh my god, giving me a sad sympathy story is going to actually make me try to vote for you more. No, you idiot. Sorry, Pocahontas. Your sympathy story is not going to make me actually want to vote for you more. It's going to make me want to vote for Trump more. Because your sad little daddy had a heart attack, your mommy didn't do squat. It sounds like you're an average American white lazy bum. Your mom and dad were a lazy bum. It sounds more like your family had nothing. So, of course, I'm going to be called sexist for this, but of course I do not see this as sexism because Elizabeth Warren has already proven time and time again that her average brain capacity is a pea compared to what we are.
family. I ended up at a commuter college that cost $50 a semester.
Oh my gosh, she actually went to college? A liberal going to college?
But think about it.
This is why exactly she lost anything and every... She lost every credibility in her life because her liberalism actually killed her. I now will identify as a toilet because I'm going to be a liberal and be full of shit here. And I'm going to speak truth here for a sec and actually say, Elizabeth Warren, you have lost every credibility because you've lost every single freaking part of your mind. You snowflake, you. But of course, liberalism will never die because...
This is the fight of our lives. The fight to build an America where dreams are possible, an America that works for everyone.
Yay! Vote for Pocahontas!
And that is why I stand here today to declare that I am a candidate for President of the United States of America.
Oh my god. Could it get any worse? Yes. Actually, it has shown time and time again that Elizabeth Warren actually did claim to put herself in the candidacy, but here's the problem. Trump already has gone through this time and time again, beating her up, pushing her down, putting her in her place because Trump said, I quote, Elizabeth Warren is no Pocahontas. Trump actually beat her on Twitter, and she got so pissed off that everyone now knows that Pocahontas back here is actually no Pocahontas, and she's going to be no winner. She's going to be a loser. She will stand behind every liberalism person with their disease and mental illness, laughing and crying the day that Trump wins again. Oh, it's going to be so good. I can't wait for that day to happen. Yay! Oh, poor Snowflake. Look at all those little snowflakes right behind her. All those poor little snowflakes right behind her actually vote for her, say, Pocahontas, Pocahontas. Sorry, you little snowflakes, but Pocahontas is not going to be winning this year because Elizabeth Warren has already been put in her place. She has been debunked as a Native American. She has been debunked as somebody who has the mental capacity to be able to run. Sorry, you poor little snowflakes. There's no hope for you. snowflakes behind her. Oh, poor little snowflakes. Wait until 2020 comes around again and Trump wins again, and 2020 will happen soon. And when this happens, Elizabeth Warren will see, and all those little snowflakes in the background will actually see that Trump has more power. Because Trump doesn't lie, and Trump actually obviously knows more about true stories and knows about what plagiarism and all the words that everybody else in CNN on all those snowflakes think they know. It's so funny because all them little snowflake tears are gonna go away. Because all those little snowflake teardrops are gonna keep going. I love it. Punch. Punch, 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 punch. Look at all those apathetic little snowflakes in the background trying to vote for her.
Now, the truth is, I've been in this fight for a long time.
Oh my. Okay.
I grew up in Oklahoma on the ragged edge of the middle class. Now, when my
Oh no, are you going to tell us your little pity party story about how that your mom is so poor and lazy and she didn't get food stamps because you're one of those kind of people that you don't want to work because you're a lazy class liberal? You're just like every other typical liberal. You don't want to work and you don't want to do things? Oh my gosh. You poor sad pathetic snowflake. I have no sympathy for you. Because your mom's so lazy and your dad had a heart attack. I'm sorry about your dad, Elizabeth Warren, but of course, you know, your mom's pretty dang lazy that, yeah, that didn't work. Keep trying, Elizabeth. The sad snowflakes continue.
richest and most powerful people in America, they were rich. I mean, really rich.
And you're claiming that you're going to help people by taxing the rich or taxing the poor. Which one is it, Snowflake? I can't tell. Hey, Chris, what is up? I can't tell which one are you going to do. Are you going to tax the poor or tax the rich, you Pocahontas? Help me, please, Pocahontas. Tell me it's not true.
And paid off politicians to tilt the system just a little more in their direction. And
Oh, are you meaning you're going to tilt the direction to the liberalism? Oh my God, you poor little snowflake. All these liberalism things are starting to kill me. Please don't tell me that you're going to tax the white people now too, are you?
year by year, bit by bit, more of the wealth and opportunity went to the people at the very top.
And if you guys don't know what she's talking about, I think she's talking about white privilege. She's obviously feeling like white privilege is now a real actual disease when it is not. It is what CNN does every time. You poor Pocahontas, I feel bad. I can't take it no more. CNN has no more credibility.
And that is how today, in the richest country in the history of the world, tens of millions of people are struggling to get by. Since the
You moron, did you know that Trump actually made the black people have more jobs? The homeless people are now down. The stock market's up. You poor little snowflake. I'm sure you didn't read the... You probably were watching fake news. And you probably watched a little too much fake news, you poor little savage snowflake. Because you probably didn't see the actual truth that Trump made things better. But of course, this poor little snowflake doesn't want to believe it because Pocahontas is so special. I can't do it.
early 1970s, adjusted for inflation, wages in America have barely budged. But the cost of housing,
No, you little snowflake, Pocahontas, you. The budge went up, not down. But of course, your mind is like a cucumber. It is so small. Or not a cucumber, it's the size of a peanut. Because your head is so small, you can't even keep that up. Because you think white privilege and white people don't deserve the same raise as black people. Sorry, Pocahontas, your news is fake. Your organization has been decrumbleized. Your organization is going downhill. Pocahontas, please do tell us how white people are bad and black people are superior.
has gone up nearly 2/3. The cost of college has nearly tripled, and 40% of Americans couldn't find $400 to cover an emergency.
you, you poor little snowflake. Did you know that actually the money, the coverage of all medical bills is actually perfectly fine now because Trump actually made a bill that passed because all of our Medicare patients are now getting the treatment they need. But of course, this little liberal snowflake doesn't know that all these things are actually happening underneath her because Trump is such a bad man. Oh, I can't take it no more. Trump is a bad man. Please help me. This liberalism is killing me. I can't bring it no more.
That is millions of hard-working people in this country whose lives would be turned upside down if the transmission fell out of the car or somebody got sick.
Oh, please do tell us, Elizabeth Warren, that you know, now that you're claiming you are Pocahontas, you're Native American, and you're going to run for president, please tell me you don't know how to fix cars. Because it sounds like you could be a medical doctor with all the liberalism.
And this don't make it work. The middle class squeeze is real, and millions of families can barely breathe. It is not right.
Oh my gosh, the liberalism is continuing, and she's saying white privilege exists. Oh my gosh, this is again Elizabeth Warren, you moron. White privilege doesn't exist. It's a fake thing. It's as fake as CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, the Young Turks, and even including the New York Times, the Washington Times, the Huffington Post, and including all the other fake news organizations out there. Elizabeth Warren, your fake news is so amazing. I want to vote for you now. Yeah. Look at them pulling little snowflakes out there. Just yay. Yay.
It's not right.
All those little million snowflakes out there actually screaming, it's not white, it's not right. If you aren't black, then it's not right. Because, of course, all these little snowflakes think that they can get away with being sexist and being everything that they claim that other people are than themselves they are. They think that just because they can say it and they can call other people that doesn't mean that they aren't. It just shows how much of an idiot they are. Elizabeth Warren, your people are never going to back you up. I hope you're ready for the mental institution, please. Tell me it's not true.
This disaster has touched every community in America. And for communities of color that have stared down structural racism for generations.
Oh my gosh, and you're going to tell me racism is a bad thing too? Oh, Elizabeth Warren, please, oh God almighty, Elizabeth Warren, the goddess of all knowledge of fake news, please tell me more of how your fake news will spread.
The disaster has hit even harder. Take home ownership. The number one way that middle-class families build wealth in our country. Back in 1960, it was legal to discriminate against families of color. And the gap between white homeownership and black homeownership rates,
And this is exactly what they're going to do now. They're going to spread this news about how white people are so racist towards black people because the Democrats and the libtards were actually the snowflakes, the ones that owned slaves. But of course, liberalism doesn't stop here. Elizabeth Warren or Pocahontas is going to tell us how great she is about knowing this all. Tell us, oh goddess of all, how is white supremacist bad?
is 27 percentage points. That's a lot. Over time, we changed the law to prohibit that kind of discrimination.
Did you know that there's discrimination? Because it's the people like you. Black people get shot by black people. White people get shot by white people. It happens sometimes that both get shot of different race. You're such an idiot. I can't take it no more. You guys, this is what liberalism is actually finally doing to our world. It is killing. But of course, this is not the end. Oh, but of course, wait, there's more. Fake news actually brought out the two lovebirds, Don Lemonhead and Chris Cuomo. They are actually still kissing each other, but even after they had a dispute on fake news. Oh my gosh, I gotta see this. What are the two lovebirds doing now?
Now, while it's hard to argue that this president is bringing purely positive change, it needs to change it.
Chris Cuomo, do you even know how the president even put positive change in the world? I don't think you do, because you're just part of the fake news network, you moron. You're just a bully.
Nothing but good things about it. Sheila Jackson Lee was on speaking about it. I've heard other people on this network and others talk about his commitment to the public and public work and for doing good things. We could use a whole lot of that these days. And you know, I think it's interesting that you talk about why this particular person was attractive to enough people to have him elected as president of the United States. Yes, that's part of it. People want to change. But we also have to look at the facts, Chris. If you look at the facts and if you look at studies.
What facts, Lemonhead? The fact that you bring fake news and you are an actual idiot. Just like your boyfriend over there, Chris Cuomo, or Conehead, should I say. Chris Conehead and Don Lemonhead. There were two peas in a pod. Oh my gosh, I can't deal with these two lovebirds. My heart is breaking already from sadness, from liberalism.
The biggest thing wasn't economic anxiety. It wasn't change. It was because people were afraid of losing their status in this culture, in this society. And that's why he plays to his base when it comes to things like you call the brown menace. That was the biggest reason that he...
Oh my gosh, Don Lemonhead, are you referring to the brown people? To the people of color like you? It's so awesome that you actually can be black and call somebody the N-word. It's just like me saying to a black person the N-word. It's so discriminatory. But obviously, Don Lemonhead, because you're liberal and you have the disease, you're okay to call somebody whatever you want. Call the kettle black, buddy. It's all on you.
There is no question that he tapped into something. Look, it is never the case in any political contest that one thing winds up being overwhelming, right? You can get a critical mass of something, you can get a tipping point, but it's always an equation. And
that was overwhelming. I'm just telling people, do the research, look at the studies. It'll show you that is the number one issue
right.
that people.
But why were they afraid? Why were the identity?
You know why the identified people are afraid? It's because of fake idiots like you that actually bring idiocracy to the world. Tell me that, Don Lemonhead, that you are not stupid. Chris Cuomo, I think Chris Cuomo and Don Lemonhead have been making too much love making for a little while, and I think their head has started to gone backwards. It is so obvious that all these people do not know what actual journalism is, but Don Lemonhead claims he does. Oh, please, Lemonhead, the Lord of all. I'm going to play this clip for you here in a sec, but I want to warn you in 3, 2, 1, it will possibly get really libtardic here. So I hope you guys are ready for this. Because these people here are taking a lot of abuse. And the liberalism is abusing a lot of people because they believe that they can do it. Here's one that Whitaker was clashing over lawmakers. So yesterday, the Whitaker case happened. In 3, 2, 1, boom.
Mr. Whitaker, before you took the call from President Trump, you had a fascinating career. Owned a daycare center, a concrete supply business, trailer sales, GOP activist, U.S. attorney who unsuccessfully prosecuted Iowa's first openly gay state legislator on trumped-up Hobbs Act charges that were dismissed by the jury in about an hour, Senate candidate. There have been some scandals, too. Here's one. Trump's acting attorney general involved in firm that scammed veterans out of life savings. Veteran says, I spent the money on...
Oh my God, you poor snowflake. The veterans... system has been so perfectly well organized. Maybe not as good as we think it should be, but of course, you snowflakes think it's so obviously bad. Oh, please, Lord Gay Snowflake, tell me, how many legislative things do you know?
A dream. I lost everything. But the newspapers say you struck gold when you arrived in Washington, which the president calls the swamp. Here's one.
Drain the swamp.
It tells the story. Conservative nonprofit with obscure roots and undisclosed funders paid Matthew Whitaker $1.2 million. According to the Washington Post, in the 3 years after he arrived in Washington,
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna trend the Washington Post because they are not fake news. They are fake news, you moron.
reported having no other employees. That's a pretty good deal. Now, what was the name of the charity that you ran, Mr. Whitaker?
Congressman, you've mentioned a lot in your.
No, but I'm asking you a very specific question. What was the name of the charity?
You have challenged my character.
No, I'm asking you a question. I control this time, Mr. Whitaker. If you want to ask the chairman for time of your own, you can do it. This is my time.
Look at that little snowflake having a little hissy fit because Whitaker's character is being under attack by a poor snowflake. The poor little snowflake is so damaged, his brain probably can't even comprehend the word attack of character. This snowflake has no character. Poor little snowflake.
Mr. Whitaker, you don't run this committee. You don't run the Congress of the United States, and you don't run the judiciary.
Gentlemen, will
This little snowflake thinks he's under control. This snowflake, like these people here, think that they can run the Congress the way that they want. A circus, and all these snowflakes are running this place like a circus. It's so funny.
The gentleman is correct. The witness will answer the questions, and it's up to the gentleman to decide what questions. The gentleman will continue. We resume.
What was the title of the not-for-profit that you ran?
At what time period, sir?
What was the last title? I know it changed its name 3 different times, right? What was the final name?
While I was employed as the executive director, it was called the Foundation for Accountability and Civic Trust.
Did you name it?
I did. Actually, you know.
Those are highly noble goals, accountability and civic trust. So let's talk about some accountability and civic trust. Mr. Whitaker.
These the poor little soy boy doesn't even want to let Whitaker speak because he knows that Whitaker is more intelligent than this snowflake. This soy boy here has no title under his belt other than he's a part of the legislative swamp that needs to be drained.
No, I got a question for you.
No, you asked me a question.
I asked you a question. I control the floor.
No, I control the floor. You so sad, soy boy. The snowflakes are starting to melt. And speaking of melt, if you haven't already, go down, subscribe to Mark Dice, because he's like me, a conservative that has a brain, a very intelligent brain, and these snowflakes get eaten for breakfast. I'm going to order, and if you already haven't, go to his channel, order some t-shirts that will support him, or a mug that says liberal tears. Go support Mark Dice. He's a good guy. I support him. I haven't bought any of his stuff, but I'm going to. But this is like exactly why we need to drain the swamp. People like this liberal snowflake over here needs to go away. So 2020 is coming up, you guys. I hope you vote red. Please do, because I will be voting red. And I sure as heck want this swamp drained. This liberalism is a disease that nobody can stop but Trump. So I hope you guys enjoy.